Good evening, wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are, on the face of this very planet. We welcome you to a very special broadcast, special address from my humble self this very day, 30th day of May. Regardless of where you are domiciled, I welcome you. And on behalf of the marvelous family of IPOB all over the world, I welcome you also, and I will encourage you to welcome all those who are around you, because today is a very special day in the history of our people. On this very day, 53 years ago, our indisputable and ultimate leader for eternity, Dim Chukwemeka Odimegwu Jukwu, acting under the divine instruction of Elohim, instituted and proclaimed the restoration of Biafra. That very day we have chosen as a very pivotal date in the history of our people, and for us in this very era, a day of remembrance, a day of mourning of all those that passed in that very terrible conflict that I call the Third World War, not minding anything that may have transpired in the past, not being shackled by the limitations of the conspiracy of those that have always maintained that we cannot survive. We have continued ceaselessly and remorselessly to pursue the restoration of the kingdom of heaven upon the face of this very earth, and that is Biafra. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, because for some it is your morning, for some it is your middle of the night, for some it is your evening, for some people like those in Australia and New Zealand, it is the very early hours of the next day. I welcome you. Make sure you bring your pen and paper with you, because this night, although we shall be a bit brief, we are going to cover as many critical issues as possible. And I will also ask you to get your friends and your neighbors, gather them around you that they may partake in this very epistle this evening. Our enemies are not relenting, they're working very hard, but that is not going to deter nor stop us. We are going to continue relentlessly until Biafra is restored in our time. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over the world, and by the very special grace of Elohim, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We have come that that which has been prophesied may come to fruition. Before we proceed, we are going to pray as always. And this evening, if you don't have your pen and paper ready with you, you are going to miss a lot, because a lot of the things that I'm going to say are very, very important. They are historical facts which we must note for posterity, because I will not return to this ever again. I will not. We must proceed this evening, not minding anything that our enemies are doing, because we will always be under immense attack from Facebook, from all the workers of iniquity, and all those who do not like freedom. They will do all they can to stop us, but they can never, ever succeed. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever, because we have come to do that which we have been mandated to do, and Elohim is on our side, and we are going to prevail. We must prevail, and we need to pray. Very, very important, please. Indeed, we trust Elohim on this very special day that only you have made, that we remember your sons and your daughters that perish that we may live, those who sacrifice their lives to protect their children, to protect their families, to protect their loved ones, to protect their nation, Biafra. It is unto thee that we repose every trust. You will not allow this generation that they fought for to be put to shame. Be the portion of those that persecute your children. You will show us your way, for we are nothing without thee. You will teach us your paths. You will guide us in your truth. You will teach us, O Elohim, because you are Chukwokika Biama, our Savior and our Redeemer, and our hope. Ways against us according to your love, O Elohim. Please have mercy upon us and give us Biafra in our time, for we are upright in thy word, for we are guided by the instructions you have laid down in your commandments, that sin may not have any hold over us. Come and guide us in your humble way and teach us to be that which you have destined us to become. For we have no other God apart from thee. We have no other creator apart from thee. For the sake of your name, not for anything that we may have done, not for any righteousness that we may have possessed. Elohim, forgive us our iniquity and have mercy upon us. Grant us Biafra in our time, that your name may be exalted, that your name may be praised, that your name, O Elohim, may be lifted up above every other name, now and forevermore, we pray. He say, Mama Deregi Chineke. We have come to preach the gospel of heaven. We have come that the truth may prevail. We have come that the enemies of Biafra may flee. We have come that this very gospel of truth may be propagated to the ends of the earth. We have come that darkness may flee and light will come in. It doesn't matter what our enemies do. We remain committed. We remain resolute. We remain dedicated to this very cause of the restoration of Biafra. We are unbuyable. We are unbribable. You cannot intimidate us. You cannot frighten us away. And they will do everything they can within their powers, both morally and immorally, to try to dissuade us, to try to get us not to pursue that which we have been born to do, which is to restore Biafra, nothing more, nothing else. Not to own mansions, not to own flashy cars, not to own choice properties in the busiest and the biggest cities you have in the zoo. We have not come to do any of that. We have not come to serve the Janjaweed. We have not come to serve Alamajiri. We have not come to bow before any of them. We have not come that we may become frightened of what they may or may not be capable of doing. We have come to do that which is right before man on this earth and to go in heaven. That is why we must prevail. It doesn't matter what they do. Regardless of what they do, we must prevail. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. I am not Aisha's boyfriend in Asarok. Neither am I the dead Jubril. I am not Buhari either. I am Nnamdi Kanu and I lead IPOB. And I will lead this movement until Biafra is restored. And as I keep saying, if we work diligently hard between now and the end of the year, Biafra will come. Others may want to go and claim glory for what they did not work for. But they are wasting their time. Because our people are sensible, they are reasonable, they are intelligent, they are discerning. You know the criminals when they come. BBC will assemble them today, with the exception of our sister, Onyeko Nwenu, assembled a gang of thieves, a gang of criminals, people that lie through their teeth. This evening, I will decimate them. I don't believe in giving people undue publicity on this platform, but since they have gone on to lie against me, to lie with my name, I will destroy them completely and totally. That in their next life, when they hear IPOB, they will run and they will take cover. This very day, we remember those that died, that we may live, those who fought, that Biafra may be restored and that very land kept, or else all of you would have been like Emeka Offor by now. You'll be serving Janjaweed. You have a spot on your forehead. You'll be worshipping a God that our ancestors never knew. You will live probably in Abuja, in Lagos, talking nonsense all the time about one Nigeria. Your life would have been hopeless. As the Janjaweed are coming in to take over our land, you would have been busy yapping rubbish as they always do, as all the traitors do, as all the saboteurs do. That is what they have always done, and that's what they'll continue to do. But we are here. I wouldn't say to call them out, but to speak the truth that the whole world may bear us witness. Those that paid the ultimate price in various battlefields across Biafra land, they died. That what is happening today may not happen. It is a shame that those of them in America have been taken away by the sweetness of oversized hamburger, have decided to forget where they come from. We have come that very promise of a truly free and independent Biafra may be brought to bear in our time. Biafra was the only country to attempt genuine independence out of Africa. Every other country you see in Africa, what they have is flag independence, with the exception of South Africa. They only have flag to signify their independence, but in actual fact, in their day-to-day transactions of governance, they are not independent. That is why they go begging anytime they are affected by even the most inconsequential of diseases. They fly to Europe and to America as for help. They cannot reason, they cannot sustain their economies. What Dame Chukwemeka Ogojugu, our general, did 53 years ago was to bring in genuine freedom into Africa. It is very sad and unfortunate that it was the same Africans who conspired against him and made sure that the will of Harold Wilson prevailed, that the will of British neo-colonialists and their agents in Janjaweed, with the help of a few Yoruba men, conspired to extinguish that very hope. Not that Nigeria fought and defeated Biafra, of course not. They never did. It was Britain that fought Biafra. It was a proxy war. Harold Wilson was fighting a proxy war against Biafrans, using the Janjaweed and a few Yoruba people, and also Russia, Yugoslavia, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, OAU. They all ganged up against the very time Biafra. And that is why this very day we must continue. It doesn't matter what our enemies, it doesn't matter what they do. We must continue ceaselessly until the zoo collapses and Biafra is born. As I told you many years ago, I remember there was a time I was speaking to one of us today. I said, you remember the time when I told you that as soon as Biafra is closer, they will unleash all their demons against us via the media. They will try to impugn our integrity. They will try to lie against us. That is what they have done. They have realized that this IPOB, through the grace of Elohim, we have collapsed the zoo. They know that very well. Our enemies understand this. They know we have done the job. They know we have collapsed the zoo completely. That is why they are all over the place, yapping, both those who are normal and those who are insane. But this evening, I will cure their illness. You know me very well. A land that black people will be proud of all over the world. It was the same black people that conspired with white people to extinguish poverty, ignorance, disease, and pestilence is the price you pay for self-betrayal. Africa was ignorance that you brought upon yourself as a result of a dilapidated system of education. You have no health care. You have no running water. You have no simple electricity. You do not have something that occurs actually the nature you should have. You are suffering today because you walked against Biafra. Some of you are suffering today because you betrayed your own conscience. But we must continue. Ones that built a cenotaph, we are the ones. But they know there's something called mirroring. That what we are doing today is being mirrored by the system that I'm using. That this is how you know. You wear this piece, this lapel on the left-hand side. That is how you know the left side of a person's face. You wear this on the left. And this is the left-hand side of my face. Now you're following, don't you? Depending on the device you're using, if you're using something like mine, your face can become mirrored. If you do not understand, I will explain that to you very carefully. And as we proceed this evening, some of you may become disconnected by Facebook. If they disconnect you, go back in again. I know that's what they do. I sipped water because none of those things they have in Asarok can do what I can do. They cannot. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. A beacon was lit for our people to symbolize that we have reached our peak spiritually. We have peaked in this struggle. Yesterday, 12 midnight, we kept it a secret. We didn't want anybody to know. Our beacon was lit right across the whole of Biafra land. If you don't know the spiritual symbolism of lighting a beacon, I suggest you Google it and try and find out. Midnight of the 29th of May 2020 was when IPOB reached the peak in the spiritual realm of this agitation. And that is why Biafra will come this year. If you follow instructions and do exactly as you're told, Biafra will come this year. If you do as you're told, our enemies are going to come to deflect your attention, to tell you one rubbish or the other. They will come with very fantastic tales and stories. You must remain focused. You must remain focused. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. Once you are distracted, you've lost it. That is the game plan. It is a beacon. We have reached the point in our spiritual journey where we can be described as a beacon of light. That hope was lit 12 midnight on the 29th. That hope. Anytime you look at that beacon represents something that has never been attained anywhere in the whole of Africa. That we are the light. That's who we are. And there is nothing the enemy can do. They can't think of these things. Your so-called elder and all these criminals, they can't. You have to be in the spirit to think of lighting a beacon. To spiritually immortalize what those that died for you stood for. That is who we are. Every instruction we get is from heaven, not from man. That is why we do things that ordinary mortals cannot easily think about. They were all there, and we started 30th of May. All of them were there with their academia. Even those who carry their bumping. If you got, I have this document. I have this map here. Idiots everywhere. Making a fool of their stupidity. Today we cure them. We have earned the light. Because last night we lit the beacon. This IPOB. Remember this IPOB. You will never be forgotten. The same way we remember our heroes is how IPOB will be remembered forever and ever. We have earned that right. We built the cenotaph in Enugu. Nyamodo did not. No elder built it. Nobody did. Owazurike destroyed it. A cenotaph. You're telling me the only people that lost 5 million people within a space of 3.5 years. We lost 5 million people. There was no commemoration, not one single one, until I built a cenotaph in Enugu. Are you listening? Nobody knew about 30th of May until we came. Or should I say, until Chukwuka Biafra determined that we should come. Some of you don't know what we are doing. Some of you are ignorant of the mystery behind what IPOB stands for. But Fulani is about to teach you. The Janjaweed, they will teach you the importance of IPOB. They will teach you. We must continue. They built nothing. Wazirika destroyed it. The pig in the creek, spitting all over mobile device screen, did not think about it. They don't remember those that fought. They have not. They can't do what we are doing. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. They can't do it. If any of these traitors, the reason why I am picking on traitors today is the last time I talk about them. That is why I asked you to bring your pen and your paper. Write everything down that I'm going to say to you. Write everything down that I'm saying to you. Everything, you must write it down on a piece of paper that you may be able to understand. Not tomorrow you say you didn't hear about it. Tonight I'm going to tell you. I am preaching about saboteurs tonight because it was them that destroyed the dream of Biafra. Saboteurs destroyed Biafra. That is why tonight I will pick on them, one after the other. And as I make my points, you write it down so you can go and ask them later on. For some of you who are still in contact with them, go and ask Modo, why didn't Ohanese ever think of immortalizing those that died? Because they're in the pocket of Janjaweed, Awasa Fulani. Not Awasa, I'm sorry, Fulani. They're in the pockets of Fulani, Janjaweed. The Almighty are the ones controlling them. All your governors, did they think about this? No, they never did. It is those that they call miscreants. Can you see how Elohim works? Those they call miscreants are the ones reminding them of their own history, reminding them of what is right, reminding them of what needs to be done, reminding them of what has to be done in our land for us to proceed and go and get Biafra. They claim they love you. Traitors! They say they love you. Isn't it? Have you seen where we are today? Some send representations. Oh, you are insulting people. And I say to them, you are a fool if you say I'm insulting you. Because that means you've done something wrong. I can't come out and insult or speak in the manner that I do against anybody who is doing the right thing. Have you ever seen me do that before? Anybody that we castigate, that is I give you reason. Not coming out, oh, he's a scammer. Oh, he stole money. Tonight you will tell me. If you've ever contributed one dime to IPOB, now but you will tell me this night. Those that we scammed, you give us their names this night. Or else shame will be upon you and your family, your children, forever and ever. Wherever we see them, we will know that their parents are saboteurs. Wherever we find them, they will be taunted for the rest of their lives. Because you are an evil person. You can lie against somebody who is dead, not somebody who is living. You can't lie against somebody who is living. As Mbakwe said, once you are awake, a rat cannot come and take your dry fish. It's not possible. They were lying, thinking I won't respect. I'll give you that publicity you want, I'll give it to you tonight. But with a healthy dose of destruction. So that the world will know who you are, that you're a thief, you're a rogue. With reason. With reason. People go about talking nonsense. Every time. Any of these traitors or so-called opinion leaders they claim we love them, we love our people. Why did you not think about 30th of May? Why wait for IPOB? Why? I'm asking you. Why wait for IPOB? We are going to destroy those liars tonight. It was Elohim Chukwuka Biafra. This night, after our beacon yesterday, we are not interested in restructuring. We are not. I am sounding this note of caution to those that say, nobody consulted, and we are just warning you. I am not interested in your restructuring. I am not interested in your regional government arrangement, 1960 constitution, 1963, rubbish. I am not interested in your new Nigeria movement. I am anything with Nigeria in it. Count me out. I'm not interested. Neither am I interested in whatever concoction that you compromised people, you traitors, are negotiating behind our back. You think we don't know? Do you think we don't know what is happening behind our back? We know everything. The Janjaweed are in our land because of the traitors we have. These are the people that enabled, encouraged, emboldened the Janjaweed to invade our land. Because the Janjaweed understand that the likes of Ohanese are impotent. They understand that the likes of Owasrike is working with Al-Mustafa. They understand that that idiot with a file is working for a new Nigeria. They understand that the pig in the creek is working for their masters in the north. And that bloated pig, always talking rubbish and spitting everywhere, that pig is like another Afonja in our land. That pig is an agent of darkness in our land. If you don't know, I will tell you tonight. Because he's a criminal. And I will prove it. As I'm saying it, I'm mentioning names. As I kept saying, bring your pen and paper. I will not discuss this again. And I'm asking all our admin, you are going to segment this very broadcast and cut it out to fit the very purpose for which we are making it tonight, which is a response to all these traitors. It was their fathers that betrayed Biafra. It was their relatives that betrayed Biafra. They have come again to betray us. They have come again, and we can't allow them. No, they underestimate us. And long may it continue. Maybe that's why we are as formidable as we are. Janjaweed are in our land. And in order, listen carefully, in order to stop IPOB from fighting the Janjaweed, they know we need arms. They know we need ammunition. I've been saying this since 2015 and I've been sounding it as a warning. When I met Wodo, I told him, ask Wodo, did I tell him this thing or not? Wodo, when I met you in your house, did I say to you that the Fulanis will come? We need to be prepared or not? Did I say that to you? And what was your answer? Owasrike, before you kidnapped me, sent people to disrupt my traditional marriage in 2009. Did I tell you about the need for us to be armed or not? In a hotel room in London. Do you remember? Uchemefo was there. Amarachi was there. Chukwume Egemba was there. Samume was there. In front of everybody, I told you we need arms and ammunition. And what did you say when you went back? You abandoned everything we discussed. True or false? I ask you a direct question, true or false. I call people who are present. That's how I am. I speak the truth. I tell you people who are present. Nyawodo knows those who were present in his place. Oh, when there. Elliot Uko was there. My PA Kweme was there. And a whole host of other people. I always have backup and proof. There's this other idiot with a file. Or Upper Imo River Congress, or is it Lower Imo River? I don't know where that one comes from. I met you at the office of Ndubisi Kanu many years ago. I've only met you 3 times in my life. The first time was I went to go and see Ndubisi Kanu. I don't know who you are. I went to Ndubisi Kanu's office in Kofebere. I don't know who you are from Adam. And as Elohim will have it, I was there with somebody. When you're telling all this, your lies, you don't know there are people who were present. You remember that somebody called Awogo. Then he was the publisher of Eastern Pilot. Today, I think he's the transition committee, caretaker chairman, Baro. Former senior special advisor to Obiano. Awogo was with me. Awogo drove me from his house to go and see Ndubisi Kanu, to see if Ndubisi Kanu will help me fund Radio Biafra. If you've forgotten, I respect Ndubisi Kanu till tomorrow morning. Every day, every time, everywhere I go to, I respect Ndubisi Kanu. I went to his office. I know what he told me. He believed in one Nigeria. He said no. Don't. He asked me to change the name of Radio Biafra to Ogenendi, and I said no. I had tea. We parted amicably. Until tomorrow morning, I still respect him and adore him. On my way out of Ndubisi Kanu's office, you accosted me on the hallway. Me and Awog. Arinze Awog. He's alive. He's a local government chairman. He was the one that accompanied me to do a video in Amansia. If you can, it's on YouTube. Long time ago, I did a video telling you that Fulanis are coming, they're armed. It's on YouTube. Go and check it. Go and Google it. I told you. You asked me to come into an office. I asked you, what are you doing here? You said you're fighting for New Nigeria. I kept quiet for 4 hours. You were talking rubbish for 4 hours. I kept quiet. I didn't talk to you. When you finished talking all your nonsense, as my father taught me, I demolished all your arguments to only 2 questions. I asked you, why are you afraid of using the name Biafra? That was the first one first question I asked you. You idiot, carrying file and lying behind my back, going to America and gossiping like an idiot. All over the place, inboxing people, writing junk. I kept quiet until you came out in the open. Today, I will destroy you completely because you're a criminal, you're a thief. And I will tell the world how you're a thief. With proof. All the nonsense you're saying about me, you have nothing, not one single proof. Out of envy and jealousy. I have told you many times, Elohim sent me. I didn't send myself. I didn't wake up one morning and say, I want to go and do Biafra. No. Elohim sent me. I met you. I hope you're writing it down, all of you. I met you for 4 hours in Ndubisi Kanu's office in Kofa Bayomi in Lagos, Victoria Land. You were talking all your junk. How you managed to speak to Asari, speak to Waslike, speak to all these traitors. How you spoke to them. And they all caved into your new Nigeria plan. And I asked you, is it all the things you're saying, is it about new Nigeria? You said yes. And I told you I'm not interested. I asked you, why are you adopting the name Lower Niger Congress? What's the meaning of that name? You couldn't tell me. You said it's to disguise it, so not to let others know. I said, why are you hiding it? I was in Israel. I went to Jerusalem. I met a policeman, the district head of Israeli police. Israeli police told me face to face, if you want to do Biafra, I should go to the Knesset. An Israeli said, go to Knesset. Stay there until they support Biafra. And nobody should support you behind the back. They should come out in the open to support you. When I was in Israel and that man said that thing, I remember what I told you. You fool, carrying file, lying against me. I don't know who you are. I met you once. We sat down once with Arinze Awog. He's alive. Go and ask him. After we met Arinze, after myself and Arinze met you, we left. And I told Arinze as we were climbing down the stairs that you're a madman. Your brain is not correct. Biafra that people died for. You're telling me I should hide the name. I should disguise it. Not call it Biafra. Oh, we should hide. You were trying to recruit me into your new Nigeria rubbish, and I told you now I won't be a part of it. That's our first encounter. My other second encounter with you was when I was brought from detention to High Court. I don't know who you are. I saw you, and you told me in the brief time when I was walking out of the courtroom, you met me, and I said, oh, how are you? You said, fine. I said, are you part of my defense team? You said you came. And I remember what I told you, because you're a very terrible liar and an awful human being. I told you there and then. I said, can you be the spokesperson of this movement? There are people who blocked Head Bridge in Onitsha. Our people are not coming together. Can you be the spokesperson? What did you say? You told me you cannot talk about Biafra. inside the courtroom of John Tozo in Abuja. The next day I came to court and I asked Ejiofor, but where is Tony Nada? I thought he said he's part of the team. He said he's not part of the team. Who told you he is? Did I see you again? Until you accompanied Soludo to come to prison to see me. How many minutes? The second time I met you, we did not spend up to 5 minutes. At this point, I was walking and we were talking. The third time you came to Kuje, that time, Benjamin Madobugu was with me. David, one we see, was with me. You came with Uzuko Munna, an organization that I still respect and have regard for till tomorrow morning. There are the very few that I actually have regard for. Aki Kenga is one. Second one is Uzuko Munna. The rest are just a bunch of jokers. And I told you why I like Aki Kenga. Because of 3 men that I met. 3 men that I met in Lagos. Of one of them is Stephen Ebigwe. The other one is, what's his name again? The former ACB chairman, what's his name? Oh my goodness.